For centuries, Rome wasn't just a city. It was an idea across Europe. It stood for order, power, and permanence. Its roads tied continents together. Its laws shaped entire civilizations, and its armies were seen as unstoppable. The Romans truly believed their empire was eternal, but that belief was shattered in a single night in 410 AD, when the unthinkable happened. Rome fell. The invaders were the Visigoths, led by their king, Alaric. History often paints them as wild barbarians, but the truth is more complex. They were a displaced people, desperately seeking land, recognition, and a safe place within a collapsing Roman system. For years, they had tried to negotiate with Rome, asking for fair treatment and protection. What they got instead was exploitation, starvation, and betrayal. The once great empire, known for its discipline and diplomacy, had become corrupt, divided, and careless. While Roman emperors fought amongst themselves for power, Alaric saw his chance and marched toward the heart of the empire. Rome's massive walls had stood strong for nearly 800 years, protecting it from every foreign threat. No living Roman had ever seen an enemy soldier within the city's limits. Many believed it was divinely protected, a belief that bred a dangerous mix of arrogance and complacency. Then, on the night of August 24th, for 10 AD, the Salarian Gate was mysteriously opened. Was it betrayal from within, or did exhausted defenders simply give up hope? We may never know for sure. What we do know is that Visigoth soldiers poured into the streets. For 3 days, the Eternal City was looted. Temples were stripped of gold, palaces were burned, and noble families were dragged from their homes. Though Alaric had ordered his men to spare the churches, the psychological damage was absolute. The myth of an invincible Rome was dead. News of the city's fall spread like wildfire. From Britain to the Middle East, people were stunned. Scholars wrote letters filled with disbelief and despair. Saint Jerome, writing from Bethlehem, captured the mood perfectly. The city which had taken the whole world was itself taken. Too many. It felt like the end of civilization itself. What made this event so profound wasn't just the destruction, but the symbolism. Rome still existed politically after 410, but its aura of invincibility was gone forever. Allies lost faith in Roman protection. Enemies grew bolder, realizing the giant could bleed. Provinces began to break away, choosing local warlords over a distant emperor who could no longer defend them. The sack of Rome exposed the deep rot that had been festering for decades. The empire was crippled by extreme wealth inequality, rampant political corruption, and an over-reliance on mercenary soldiers. Emperors were made and unmade in rapid succession, often at the whim of their own generals. From the outside, Rome still looked mighty, but on the inside, it was hollow. Interestingly, Alaric didn't live to see the long-term consequences of his victory. He died just months after the sack. Legend says his followers diverted a river to bury him in its bed, ensuring his final resting place would never be found. The empire he had humbled would limp on for another 66 years, until 476 AD, when the last Western Roman emperor was quietly removed from power, marking the official end of an era. But the fall of Rome wasn't just an ending, it was also a beginning. From its ashes, medieval Europe was born. New kingdoms rose, and eventually, the nations we know today took shape. Roman law, language, and architecture survived long after its legions disappeared. The city fell, but its legacy never truly died. The sack of Rome teaches us a timeless lesson. No empire, no matter how powerful, collapses overnight. Decline begins when arrogance replaces accountability, when leaders ignore injustice, and when the powerful value their own status more than the people they are meant to lead. Rome didn't fall just because the Visigoths arrived at its gates. It fell because it had forgotten the very principles that had once made it great. Even today, the story of Rome's collapse serves as a powerful warning. Strength without unity is fragile. Power without justice is temporary, and no civilization can survive if it believes itself to be untouchable. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history. See you next time.